Welcome and good morning to another edition of the Friday Morning Commute. This is your host, Rovan Doug. Let's go out and get started. Hope everyone has had a wonderful week. I've had a pretty decent week, even though it has included another sleepless night, as it were. All in all, though, everything is doing better. The event that caused that is hopefully being resolved by medication. So, let's go ahead and get started with Xur, our resident salt seller, for Rise of Iron Week 2. So, for the Titans, we have the Armamentarium. For the Hunters, we have the Sealed Ahamkara Grasps. For the Warlocks, we have the Voidfang Vestments. Fun. For everyone, we have the Mida multi-tool, so if you don't have it yet, like this guy, go ahead and pick it up because the agility boost is useful in several jumping puzzles. For Legacy, we have exotic boot engrams. Remember, Legacy engrams only apply towards Year 1 Vanilla Destiny exotics that you currently do not have. Well, they're weighted towards the ones that you do not have. And you will get a better variety once you have all of them. So, we also have the Heart of Gold ornament for Truth and the Iconoclast ornament for Invective. Now, this week's been an interesting week, welcome worthy shooter, as the balance of Destiny has changed. The farms that we used to farm are no longer farmable. So, Bungie, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that, and I would say legitimately so. I was really unsure why this was even a thing. But if you looked a week ago, everyone was clamoring for a specific farm. And when we mean farm in an MMO game, it's a spot you can go and get loot quickly. You iron out the mechanics. There's a higher percentage way of getting gear this way than there is doing the game normally. Essentially, anyone who's doing this farm was going against what the normal flow of the game. So, Bungie decided to come out with a patch this week and patch it, which, as a repercussion is going to change two things. One, you now have this divide. You have people who've never done that farm, myself, because I didn't have time. And now you have people who are at the max light because of that farm, or within 20 points of max light because of that farm. Now, with that being the case, we don't know, I'm not sure how everything's going to pan out, especially because we have the start of Trials of Osiris this week. So, Trials of Osiris, it's an in-game activity, 2 fire teams of 3 guardians doing an elimination match against one another in order to see who is the best and to see if their team can complete a card, which is 9 wins or 3 losses. And then if you complete 9 wins flawlessly without a single loss being recorded on your card, then you go to what's called the Lighthouse, which has another chest for in-game rewards. So, automatically, I think this week's Trials of Osiris is going to be very unbalanced. Well, maybe not this week, but definitely next week, as we're going to have individuals who are no longer able to quick and dirty do the farm to get up. Now, on the other hand, this is intentional. You're not supposed to break the game that they were doing with the Omnigul farm. I'm not even sure why she was dropping rewards before the end of the strike anyways. You don't, say anytime you have like Tanix, Malak, the bosses that you encounter several times throughout the mission, she is the only one that I know of that you could kill and get rewards from twice. Now, someone might argue that this just solves a symptom, the ability to get gear in a less grindy manner than the actual problem of Destiny being a grindy game. But you have to look at it from the perspective that this is a MMO shooter. So, MMO, massive multiplayer online game. Shooter, fairly self-explanatory. Creators of MMOs and these loot and gear games have in mind a specific set of actions that you need to take in order to get your gear, in order to get your in-game rewards, to get up to that maximum armor rating, or maximum light level in the case of Destiny. By subventing and circumventing that progression, you ruin the balance of the game, especially in the end game and PvP. I would argue that if you did this for the raid, it was also kind of bad, but you're not in a competitive fashion, except for World's First, you're not in a competitive fashion destroying a sense of equality in the end game. But with PvP, you are. You go in and the mentality is, I want to be the best, even if that means putting other people at a disadvantage, which is very unsportsmanlike conduct for players. Now, I know a lot of people are like, whoa, sportsmanlike conduct in a video game? Pshaw! I would argue that it is even more important to be good sportsmen in online games than it is to be in a professional or even semi-professional or fun setting. Now, it's important to be in both. Let me not let it not be interpreted that you can, be a good sportsman in online video games, but be the worst loser in real life. No. I would say you could have more of an impact because of the way that today's generations are geared and their mindset has been tailored towards electronics. They're more apt to have a greater sense of dejection or be caused to do a more extreme outburst reaction than, say, if this was to happen at a game or a real-life sports activity. Now, with that being said, we do have Trials of Osiris starting this week. Sorry, that was a really long tangent. We do have Trials of Osiris starting this week. We do have Iron Banner starting next week. And the game mode is Supremacy, so we're going to see the first in-game iteration, or first in-game appearance of the Iron Banner since Rise of Iron's drop. So, I'm very interested to see how things have changed. There's no tempered buff. That means you're getting 250 rep per win, plus an additional 150, 160 rep per Iron Medallion redeemed, probably up to the 5 that they had previously. So, it should not be as terrible of a grind to get to rank 5 to get your gear. You do get, I want to say, an item that is not contained by Lord Saladin by getting the faction packages or the rank packages for Iron Banner. So, as always, Iron Banner you can buy a little bit of a Gemma Dodger here. Oh, thank you. Trash pickup, and so that completely took off one side of the road. Okie dokie then. Now, Iron Banner. So, there's going to be items you can get that are from the packages you get at rank 3 and rank 5. You're not going to get those items from Lord Saladin himself. So, with that being said, it is an incentive to get to rank 5 for Iron Banner. And given the fact that you get 250, so essentially a tenth of a rank per win, and you need 5, so not including medallions, if you got 10 wins, you would be good. Now, the question is, I don't know about losses. I'm hoping you get rep for losses. Otherwise, this could be very bad. Very, very bad. But, I'll be honest, I read the updates last night and slept since then. So, there is that, and I could have completely forgotten what else was said about Iron Banner. Now, we do have, for those in and around San Diego, I believe, TwitchCon is this weekend. So, hope you guys have a wonderful time if you're out there. I know several streaming friends of mine that will be out there, and I hope they have a blast. You know, all in all, I haven't seen Wrath of the Machinery, so I completely forgot I put that on there. So, Wrath Against the Machine, the 4th raid of Destiny. World's First was at 2.5 hours. If you think back a year ago, World's First for Kingsfall was like 7.5 hours. So, the length of the raid, in the sense of mechanics that make you wipe unnecessarily super many times, seems to have been removed. People have been quoted saying that this is one of the most fun raids, mechanics-wise. So this makes me very hopeful that this could be a Vault of Glass Kingsfall hybrid that is fun to run, but still has the complexity there to make people, to incentivize people to run it. Now, we're always going to have people incentivized to run it because it is one of the best ways to get in-game drops. Especially if you have, you know, each of your 3 characters leveled to the point where they can run the raid. Remember, that is not me. I have a Warlock on each console leveled to run any in-game activity. And I haven't touched Rise of Iron since it dropped. So, we're going on a week and a half of no Destiny game time from the perspective of the controller. And all in all, I'm very, at the moment, satisfied with what Rise of Iron provides. Now, Bungie has said that there's a couple items that are not dropping as often as they want, so they're investigating that. But at the same time, when the hard mode opens up and a couple other in-game activities start actually their cycle, there's going to be less and less that this becomes an issue. So, all in all, it's really exciting, again, in the realm of Destiny. And my hope is that this excitement will progress through the year until Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 has its own mysteries that are coming up. So, if you go search Destiny 2 right now, you'll start seeing inklings of things that may or may not come to pass. So, I'm here at the office. Let's go see what our salt seller is selling one more time. And he is at the bar. So, if you want a drink to go with that salt, just go visit Xur at the bar. But he is selling for the Titans, the Armamentarium, for the Hunters, the Sealed Ahamkara Grasps, for the Warlocks, Void of Fey Investments, for everyone, the Mida Multi-Tool, for Year 1 exotics, the Boot Engram. So the Exotic Legacy Boot Engram is for Year 1 exotics that you currently don't own. Once you own them all, then it's probably just a random exotic. For ornaments, he's got the Heart of Gold for the Truth and the Iconoclast for the Invective. Again, this is your host, Roman Doug. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you'd like to see more of me, you can check me out on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and maybe Beam in the future. Who knows? Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful Friday, Guardians, and I will see you Starside. Bye.